there yet? You said 5 minutes. Technically, it's been more than 5 minutes.
Let's just all start slowing down. Wow, do you believe I found this online?
I guess it's not that secret a beach.
Whoa!
Who would leave this?
From the hotel! They're so rusted!
What's happening?
Found stuff from the hotel in the sand.
Ready or not, here we come!
M. Night, how are you today?
I'm good, man. Good to talk to you.
You too. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. First of all, I think this might be the most important beach since Danny Boyle's movie in the year 2000. How did you know when you'd found the perfect beach?
You know, there was so many factors that I need to have, and some of them were boring factors, like does it have an access road? Is there a hotel within an hour of it where I could keep the crew? Some mundane stuff like that. But weather patterns were important. Where was it in the movement of the hurricane systems? All of those things we had to take in place. But it had to be the kind of, in my head, this horseshoe cove and some rock around it, rock wall. We could help with that, but it needed to have some of the rock around it. And it needed to be absolutely beautiful. Like you wish that you were there so that it could turn into a nightmare.
Yeah, like it was at the start. I was like, "Ooh," and at the end, I was like, "Oh no, never going there." There are a number of scenes in this that I think will stand out in people's memories, but there's one in particular, and I'm not going to go into spoilers at all, so you can trust me on that. But it involves Thomasin and Alex and Abby in the cave.
Yes.
And there's some imagery in that, and I'm like, that's going to be with me forever. When you're directing a scene like that, do you have like a good instinct knowing, yes, I know this is the one, or this is part of the movie that people are going to remember when they go home?
Definitely. That was always kind of that scene you're referencing. Is when I wrote it, when I thought of that ramification of time, and then I was like, oh man, that could be incredibly visual if I did that. And I started writing it. I knew that was going to be the scene that audiences were, you get an audible gasp and everybody. And now just like you said, it's frozen in your mind, that image of what's happening. And I remember the first time I saw it finished, I did that in the editing room when they showed it to me. The image, I was like, oh my God, that's so awful.
I think with your like impressive CV, I'd say there are a lot of thriller horror genre directors out there who look up to you as like a benchmark of a director who works, a writer and director and producer who works in that genre. Are there any up and coming genre thriller horror directors or movies that you look at and go, they've got the stuff, they've got what that stands out?
Countless. You name it. Julia Ducournau, who did Raw. You name it. Robert Eggers, The Witch. You name it. Hereditary, Babadook. We could go down the line. All those Jennifer Kent. All of those amazing voices and filmmakers that bring detail and dignity to the characters and the cinema, regardless of the fact that they're in this form of a ride. So very much. I look to them for inspiration and remind me of new ways to think about the genre.
Fantastic. Thank you so much again for taking the time to talk to me again. And we actually met a few years ago when you visited Dublin. So you're always welcome back whenever you're up for.
Oh man, I love that trip. That was the best. That was the best trip. I can't wait to go back. I had the Guinness right near the factory and had chicken fingers, and I watched the game there in a bar. It was the best. So we've got to do that again soon.
100%. I'll see you then.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
What is that?
A message.
We never leave each other. Nothing separates us.
We're connected to something bigger.
Oh no. We're here for a reason.